Okay, guys, I'm in the process of driving back home. One of the subscribers here on my YouTube channel asked me what I thought about Diet 7 Up on keto. With that being said, let's talk about it. Diet soda in general. Can you do diet soda on keto? Absolutely, you sure can. Is it going to stall you out? It possibly could stall you out. Very well much. There's a lot of people I know that are very successful drinking diet soda while they're on keto. They don't simply have a problem at all. I do apologize from the road noise, but unfortunately sometimes these are the only times I have to do videos. So I know quite a few people that drink diet soda and they're successful. They're great. Their lipid panel's great, their vitamin count's great. They don't have any problems at all. And they don't have issues with cravings or whatever. They've learned to control themselves to say, I'm going to have one a day, or I'm going to have two a day, or whatever it is. Most people say, I'm going to have one a day, and that's with dinner, and I won't touch it again. People that drink it all day, at that point, it's an addiction. Even if you do lose a lot of weight, it's probably best not to be hooked on something that you have to drink it several times throughout the day. But can it be? Absolutely. It can be done. Is it going to offer you a better quality of life being on keto, drinking diet soda as opposed to doing what you did before on the standard American diet or on a vegan diet? Absolutely. Yes, it is. The things to watch out for are if you have diet soda and then, several, like say, let's just say 15, 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, you're craving something more. You're still craving food, you're still craving diet soda, something's not right. It's like you have a bottomless pit, like you're not full. At that point, you would have to realize, whenever I drink diet soda, it doesn't necessarily leave me in a good state down the road. And now I'm wanting to snack more, I'm wanting to cook more food when I know normally that's not what I would be doing. So having diet soda can cause its adverse effect. There are different types of sweetener in diet soda. You don't just look at sucralose and think that what you're eating in sucralose in your energy drinks. Like, I did stop and grab a Bang energy drink. I know this is not good for me, but I'm driving 13 hours to make it back home because I have to be up for work in the morning. I don't want to consume all these other ones that have erythritol and sucralose and all this other stuff in it, so I grabbed this. It seems to be the smallest ingredient amount. It is not healthy by no means. But if I need it later in a pinch, I'm going to use it. So that's why it's still closed. It's still not open. I'll leave it here until I get home. And if I can make it home without using it, then I won't drink it. I'll throw it out. I'll give it to somebody else that wants it. But I bought it as an emergency when I stopped at the gas station to fill up earlier because I know I've got to drive straight through. I'm not going to be able to get that much sleep. So sucralose doesn't necessarily mean that sucralose is what's in the product, and that's the sad part. If you look up Diet 7 Up, you'll find that in the heading of it, it might even say something like sucralose, the blend of Splenda, or sucralose, Splenda sweetened. But in the labeling, it says sucralose because everybody thinks that Splenda is Splenda and sucralose is sucralose, and that is not the case. That's not how it works. These manufacturers are allowed to put sucralose on the can when sucralose is not pure sucralose in these cans. And these energy drinks, things like that, 99.9% of them have a blend of dextrose, maltodextrin, and only 1% sucralose destroyed. Can you actually handle dextrose and can you handle maltodextrin? Sure you can. There are plenty of people that do it. Bodybuilders will use maltodextrin as a pre-workout, or they'll use it as an intro workout to keep their pump up. And they'll use it as an energy spike or something like that, spike my insulin and my blood sugar up real quick, and then go work out and really get a good effect while I'm working out. So same thing with dextrose. They can use dextrose to do the same thing. But that's not for metabolically destroyed people. If you have issues with your metabolism and you're consuming these things on a daily basis and it's not at its minimal form, you're probably going to cause some reaction inside your body that's not going to be very healthy for you. But again, these diet sodas don't have sucralose in it. Most of them have aspartame. Diet Pepsi, like last year or the year before, did put sucralose in it, but they didn't warn anybody. They took sucralose back out of it and went back to aspartame. Now, what's the problem with aspartame being in your diet soda? Absolutely nothing, honestly. There are no studies that point it out to cancer. There are no real studies that say this is what's going to happen if you drink it and you're in human form. It doesn't happen. There are no studies, zero studies that are conclusive that these things can cause health problems in humans, other than aspartame has a phenylalanine amino acid complex to it that cannot be processed by the brain efficiently, and people with a condition called phenylketonuria or PKU, they cannot process phenylalanine properly. So if you look at the lettering on the back of a diet soda can and it's aspartame based or acetylsulfoxane or something like that, you'll see that it has a condition in very, very, very bold. It's a very minimal difference of regular lettering, but it is slightly bolder, and that's how they get past this whenever they do it. They put it just slightly bolder than the regular lettering to say, oh look, we did make it stand out. Well, you really didn't make it stand out, and it says right on there, this product contains something called phenylalanine. It can adversely affect a condition called PKU or phenylketonuria, and if you drink this product, just be careful. But then even people with that condition drink the diet sodas and simply don't have the problem like they label it to be. But it is something. Sorry guys, I lost internet connection when I passed by this big giant semi. Yes, it can cause some issues. But the thing here to realize is it's not anybody else's journey other than yours. So if you can consume it and you're happy with it and you're losing weight, your lab markers are changing, you don't feel like you're any metabolically different, you're still driving on your mission, I don't see any point in doing things to gratify anybody else, me or nobody. I could tell you all day that it's bad for you, but if it's working for you, I wouldn't listen to me if I was you. I wouldn't stop what I'm doing if it's working and it's not making you unhealthy and it's making you better. Sure, consume it, have it, be happy. It's your life, live it. But if you're not losing weight, if you're not feeling good, that would be one of the first things that I would try to cut out. That would be one of the first things that I would cut out to try to see, is this causing my condition? Is this stopping me from losing weight? Is this making me not sleep as good? Is this making me sluggish throughout the day? You know, that would be one of the first things, just because it's not natural, just because it does have chemicals in it that make it. Aspartame has been around since 1980. It's a combination of formaldehyde, phenylalanine, and one or two other products. But your body naturally makes formaldehyde anyway. Or at least I believe it's formaldehyde that's in the product. It's been so long since I looked at it. And whatever the product is in it, and your body makes it at a higher rate anyhow. So to say that I'm drinking something that's going to poison me or kill me or something when my body already makes some of the product that's in the product, you got to start questioning whether or not people are just telling you that to make you feel bad about what you're doing. There was a guy, a YouTuber, that took a bottle of Coke and he boiled it down, and it was in a glass bowl, and when it was done, it was black sugar that was left over, and it kind of rose all the way to the top of the bowl, and it looked like a fluffy, sugary marshmallow burnt volcano, or like eruption in the center of it. I mean, it was a big mound, like a cloud of it. And then he took a Coke Zero and boiled it down, and there was just a little bit in the bottom of the bowl that was left over with some kind of what looked to be equivalent to a sugary product, and it was a small dollop. It was just right, a little tiny bit in the bottom. So for us to say that, you know, the next person shouldn't drink diet soda because it doesn't fit keto, you're right, it doesn't fit clean keto. But we keep giving these terms. I'm trying to minimize the amount of terms and the dogmatic responses that I give people, because I feel like it's retracting from keto and it's retracting from carnivore. If you're carnivore, you're carnivore. If you're keto, you're keto. If you have a higher protein count on keto, don't try to be special and reinvent the wheel and call it keto carnivore. It makes no sense. It's silly to even do that. Just say you're keto. If people want to know what you do, then explain yourself. But there's no reason to reinvent the wheel and make things more complicated than what it already is. If you're carnivore, just say you're carnivore. Who cares? If people want to know what you do, tell them what you do. But if you have to get into conversations where you think right up front, you have to explain, oh, I do dirty keto, I do lazy keto, I do clean keto, I do ketovore or carnivore or carnivish. You ain't doing yourself any services by doing that. First of all, you're stressing yourself out even more. You're taking more time to explain things than what you need to do. And by the end of it, it could get very confusing for somebody new that's looking at it, and you're probably already turned them off by then, and they don't want to know what ketovore or carnivore, carniclose or carnivish or whatever all these other stupid, silly terms are that make no sense. Just call yourself keto or carnivore. And when people are ready to on a ketogenic diet, if you can have it and continue to get healthy and lose weight, have it. Don't worry about what I say. Don't worry about what somebody else says. Just have it. Do whatever it is that makes you happy if you're getting healthier and you're changing. I'm not here to yell at you, to scream at you, to point at you, to tell you, no, that's a sin, blah, blah, blah. It's not clean keto. I don't consider that a really good keto product. But if you're just working on your health in general, do what you got to do. Don't worry about what I have to say. Don't worry about what somebody else has to say. If you're making progress, keep doing what you're doing. Keep calm and keto on. It's your life. You got to live it, not anybody else. Alright guys, that's my message. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do it. Hit the bell notification if you want to hear more of my stuff. If not, don't hit the bell notification. Maybe it'll pop up from time to time.